One day, we get a call, hey, I thought you're still looking for a tenant, but when I go into the house, I see someone inside of the home already. Have you already rented out? I'm like, wait a minute. No, I haven't. I often recommend people, if you have like a drinking water system, take it off. It doesn't bring value to the rent, but it's often leaking. Hello，
我们一大早我们要去哪里玩？
我今天很荣幸受邀要讲一个 property management 部分。那今天的这个 event 是叫做 Property Management Summit， 然后它是做一个 educational 的讲座，然后它有邀请各行各业不同专精的领域的人。我受邀的话是出席，代表 property management 公司的角度来跟一些 agent 介绍一下一些须知。
所以你今天也要上台讲话？
对。
哎呦，不得了！你会不会紧张？
会。
你觉得跟以前唱歌哪个比较紧张？
当然是演讲啊，因为唱歌比较就是
做自己啦。
因为演讲毕竟还是需要准备一些内容，然后要有 flow 啊，然后考虑到观众需要什么，所以我也是准备了蛮久的。
好，那我们就出发。
谢谢。
Let's go。
到了。
我刚刚超担心跟你鬼扯太多，害你忘死。
不会啦，临场反应，现场发挥。
你准备了多久？
准备了3天。
这么快？
有用一个 presentation framework。
而且你本来就是讲你厉害的东西。
对啊，但还是要 organize 一点。
好。
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Yvonne from RT Property Management. It's my pleasure to be here to speak to you about property management. How's everybody doing today? Thank you. So what I'm going to talk about is all essentials for smart and compliant property management. I'm sure all of you here has experience with talking to landlords or tenants or having a transaction that's to be closed that you will need to find a tenant. So the first thing I want to show you is question for you. When you think about being a landlord, what's your biggest fear? Can I have someone help me here to throw out some ideas? Okay, please. No rent payment. Okay, what else? Lawsuit, yes, being sued. Thank you for a lot of ideas. So one of the things that I want to urge you is to let everyone know all rental properties should be managed professionally. 3 most important things I want to share with you. At the end of the day today, I hope these 3 things you can have some takeaways. So it's leasing scams, tenant selection, repair problems. When tenant stops paying rent, what's next? So, leasing scams, tenant selection. I'm gonna talk about a real story that happened 2 years ago. We're trying to rent a house. We're putting this house on market to find a good tenant for our landlord. One day, we get a call from the real estate agent say, hey, I thought you're still looking for a tenant, but when I go into the house, I see someone inside of the home already and with boxes of shoes. Have you already rented out? I'm like, wait a minute. No, I haven't. When we went there, there's someone there said, I paid you already. There's someone said that they're landlord and I pay $1,500 to move in. I'm like, no, the rent price is $3,000. Why you pay $15? So apparently it's a scam. It happens very often during especially holiday season. People are targeting on vacant houses. I'm sure y'all know also same as selling home. Vacant houses are very dangerous. So the point is, what do we do? So when we go there, we call the police, and then the police came, said, okay, what's going on here? We're here as property manager, and this person says, I'm the tenant. As soon as the police hear you're a tenant, you signed a lease agreement? Yes, I did. No, he didn't sign with us. I don't know who he signed to. Okay, I'm gonna leave. This is a civil matter. I'm not here to take anyone out. They left. So it sucks, right? We try to talk to negotiate with this person. I don't want to call him a tenant. They said, oh, I'm a victim too. I don't know, but if you want to rent it, here's the application. But the point is that we offer them, I can pay for a moving company tonight. And if you say you don't have a place to put all of your stuff, there is a public storage. Can I move all of those things for you? And then We can talk about it later if you want to rent the home. Gladly, they are not the worst people there, so they agreed. So we spent $900, even though it's a loss, but we were able to get their things out so we can rent the home again. So my point here is that you have to have experience of knowing what to say. And when we negotiate with these people, we make sure after the communication, we try to text them and we try to get an okay back. That means we have a consent. So being a homeowner, you have to have a strong mindset of always be clear of what your goal is, not to be emotional because there's no benefit when you start yelling at them and being mad at each other. I want to ask one more question. What can go wrong when leasing out a home? Fake documents. Thank you. So that's very important. First, when you're leasing out a home, make sure you pre-qualify and be firm. Everyone who is renting a home, make sure you have a rental screening criteria. It's important to have a set standard. Why do I want to emphasize the mental part? Is because the mental part is very important to be strong and firm. Make sure you never rush to give the keys unless you know the funds are really in your pocket. So don't rush. Anytime in a rush situation, we usually have bad results. And now I'm gonna talk about move-in condition. When you move in, you will usually do a walkthrough. Before they sign a lease agreement, they could be pretty nice, but after they move in, they pay you the money. Now, let me look at your house. They might start asking for more requests for you to repair or upgrade. Do you have to say yes? Thank you. I'm glad most of you know you don't have to say yes. But of course, if there's something that's not working, you as homeowner is responsible to provide that. Communication is key. Knowing what to say is key. When you communicate with them, be clear. Because sometimes I know we're too shy to say no, we feel bad. We will say, I'll think about it. A lot of the times, disagreement or dispute happen because of that. And if you really do find something that is legit that you need to fix, please do it now. Don't wait till later. Believe me, it's gonna cost you more. Next will be after you move in, repair problems. Response time is very important. Make sure you are available to respond timely. Can anyone tell me if a tenant requests a repair and you didn't respond to them after 3 days? What can they do? Stop the rent? Yes, they might. The worst part is when this vendor come to fix the home, they say, this AC is way outdated. It's not compliant. They're trying to get you to buy a new unit instead of fixing the problem. So that is why if you are planning to manage yourself, make sure you're always there, or else you should have someone to manage it all the time. And next one, don't overpromise. When you're fixing something, oh, I'll try to see if I can get a new one. Don't say things like that. And keep all records organized and in writing. It is very common sense, but it's easy to forget. You always have pictures before and after, so you can compare. Even with a phone call, what we always do, after a phone call, we text, thank you for the call, so we confirm that the AC has been fixed. Please let me know if it's working now. And as soon as the tenant texts, then it's evidence for us to say that we have taken care of this issue. Just a tip for all of you guys. So, question, what's something you would like to exclude in the lease? Water softener? Okay, thank you. I often recommend people, if you have like a drinking water system, take it off. It doesn't bring value to the rent, but it's often leaking. So it is better to write out in the lease agreement in the beginning. So the best part, when tenant stops paying rent, what's next? So assess the situation. I know tenant's gonna let you know the difficulty they have and see what tenant situations are and think about your own tolerance. What is your tolerance on the time? It's different for everyone, right? Some people have the house paid off. Some people have payments coming up right away. Don't get complicated on numbers. I really want to focus on this one. because a lot of the times tenant will say, I can pay half this month and next month I'll pay on time. You get very complicated on the numbers of rent that you owe. Always apply anything they pay to the oldest charge. So you have a very clear rent owe balance. You will need that number to be very clear when you are ready to move forward to the eviction. Please do not get too creative with the payment plans. Thank you for the nodding. And then at the end, stop the loss. Set a deadline for yourself. Stop waiting if it's not going well. Move forward. And once you start an eviction, I'm really looking forward to the next speaker talking about eviction and laws. Please trust your lawyer and the process because they do that every day. Limit or no communication to the tenant, please. There's no benefit of talking to the tenant. If they fish you, like try to get you to agree to something while you're in the eviction process, you might get the eviction canceled. So once you are in eviction, try not to talk to the tenant anymore. So we've covered 3 things: avoid leasing scams, selecting tenants, repair problem, tenants stop paying rent. What's next? Do I have time for questions? Okay, so I think my time is up. Thank you. I want to thank you all for your time. And if you do need help, you can leverage a property management company. My information will be somewhere later, and I'll be there at lunchtime. Thank you so much.